Take a listen to Anthony Davis here.
We've shown that we're more than capable. We have stretches where we just don't know what we're doing on both ends of the floor, and those are the ones that cost us.
So you heard what Anthony Davis said, right? So I think during the practice, as they were preparing to face the Nuggets in Game 3, the reporters were talking to head coach Darvin Ham. And they brought up that specific quote and sentiment that Anthony Davis said about in terms of the team not being prepared. And Darvin Ham basically fired back like, nah. I want you guys to listen to it, and I'm going to come back and react to everything. Take a listen to that there.
I just think sometimes the plays don't turn out the way you think they should, and the frustration sets in a little bit, but I don't think it's for us not being organized. I just chalk that up to being frustrated. It's an emotional game and the way it ended and all of that, but I'll agree to disagree on that one.
So you heard what everyone said, right? You heard what everyone said. What are my thoughts? First of all, I think that there could be some truth to an extent to what Anthony Davis is saying, in the sense that when he said, at times we didn't know what the hell we're doing, I think what he was talking about was he was referring to the Lakers' strategy. I think he was saying that the Lakers didn't understand the strategy that they had. And I think that it could be that Anthony Davis was probably looking at the landscape of the game and saying, wait a minute, I have 32 points in 3 quarters. We're in the 4th quarter and I only get 1 shot attempt. Like, what is going on? You had LeBron at the end in certain cases trying to play hero ball, trying to make the hero ball play. And he probably said to himself, what the hell is going on? Now, in the case of Darvin Ham, he's probably looking at the situation where when we were up 20, y'all didn't know the game plan? When we were up 20 on the road in Denver with an opportunity to steal Game 2, y'all didn't know what the hell the game plan was? And now all of a sudden when we start losing, now all of a sudden when we lose, now we don't know what was going on in stretches of the game. Listen, if I had to put blame on that game, I'm going to put the blame in 3 areas. The first person I'm going to blame is Darvin Ham. Why am I blaming Darvin Ham? Apart from the coach, and the reason I'm blaming Darvin Ham is because of this. The Lakers stopped playing smart basketball, meaning they stopped going to the hot hand. If you watch that game for the first 2.5, 3 quarters, the hottest man on the floor was Anthony Davis. People were speculating during the first half if Anthony Davis was going to have a 50 ball because of how well he was playing. So if you see that AD is the man that's rolling, you continue to feed the beast. But for whatever case, the Lakers stopped doing that. They really did. They started playing hero ball and all. They stopped doing that. So that is a coaching issue, because the coach is the one that's supposed to emphasize and that takes place. And number 2, recognize that it needs to take place. So that goes on the coach. The second person I'm blaming is LeBron, because LeBron is the unofficial point guard and he's the leader of the team. If you recognize that AD is the hot man, you got to get him going. If you finish the game with 18 points and 15 assists, fantastic. But he finishes with 50, so be it, because he was a hot hand. But LeBron wanted to get into the score, which is fine. But I think it was a mistake, because AD at the time was the clear mismatch on the floor for the Lakers. LeBron wasn't. Aaron Gordon could bother him to a certain extent. KCP could bother him to a certain extent. Help defense could bother him. Nothing could stop Anthony Davis. Nothing. And he was wearing out the Joker and taking him out of his game. They stopped doing that in the second half. And finally, the final person I'm blaming is Anthony Davis, his damn self. Because in a situation like that, if you see the coach is not doing it, if you see LeBron is not doing it, then you need to demand the damn ball. You need to go post up and demand the damn basketball.